I think we're ready.
Let's do it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Streaming Without a Paddle. I'm Andrew.
And I am Ted.
This week, Ted and I took on ARCADIAN. It's a Hulu. It's not an original. It's an acquisition. 1 hour, 32 minutes. And this actually was released in 2024 at the theaters in April of 2024. It lasted for 14 days at the theater. It grossed a little less than $1 million. And it got pulled and shelved, and Hulu picked it up. So, having said that, I forget, with less than $1 million earned at the box office, I'm pretty sure a lot of people did not see this, and Hulu dusted off and it brought it out.
I had to search for it, though, on my Hulu. And my Hulu's got a lot of horror and stuff, but I've found this lately. By the way, this was at South by Southwest in 2024. As well. It did not win. I think we know what won. Bob Trevino likes it won. But this was there. This movie, I just lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. You're going to have to erase that. No, this movie, it's you really had to look for it on Hulu. Did you have to do that?
I yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, first I wrote the subscriber service down wrong. It was on Max and it wasn't, and then I had to Google it, and then it said Hulu, and then I had to search it on Hulu to get it, and it just dropped. I mean, it's not like it's been sitting there. I mean, it just dropped. So that's one of the things I don't understand, and I think Hulu is probably one of the worst, if not the worst, offenders of, and that's promoting films that they get. I mean, I would think at some point you'd sit down in a room with a group of minds, and there's a board on the wall or a PowerPoint or whatever they do today, and they say, okay, here are our releases for 2 months out, right? Which ones are we promoting? Because right now, they don't promote a lot of them. I mean...
They don't promote anything.
Well, other than Murders in the Building.
Right.
Which is a series that,
They promote that they have streaming, or they do cable, basically. That's the thing. Everything I see is like Murders in the Building. Yeah. And you can get cable.
Yeah. I don't understand it. They need to sit down. If you're listening out there, streaming services, hey, for what it's worth, you should really do that, because some of these movies, and I'm not going to say that this one is or isn't one of those promotable films, but I mean, you got to do something.
So what they do is they have that front page that has the front 5 movies, right? Mm-hmm. That's all they promote. They don't do anything like Netflix, Max, all the other ones. At least, like, if you go to Instagram, Netflix will have like 25 different clips from some movie that they have going right now. And in the comments, they'll show 1 2-minute scene, and then they'll be like, on Netflix now. And I'm like, right. Nothing from Hulu.
Right. They put what they call a carousel. Yeah. At the very top, and it you'll see little dots down at the bottom. It's like being on a web page, and they automatically scroll every 3 seconds as something comes over. If you take your mouse or your remote and click on it, it will show a clip. Yeah. Of what it is, and so they should. And I don't care if there's 20 new releases, and it doesn't have to be 20 new releases, but put them in a carousel at the top and let us see what's coming out.
Right, and also like this. So I saw this trailer at South by, and I was like, oh man, that looks really cool, because I love an apocalypse movie. I love it. I love it. In my head, I would be good in the apocalypse. In reality, I would be terrible. All I could do is like build a shelter.
Just the opposite. Yeah. I do not want the apocalypse, but you know what? I think I'm being pretty good about it.
You're pretty good at like everything. You're pretty solid on the skills.
Society has created a semi-prepper in me these days, so I mean, I'm not going down that road. You know what we did last night?
What?
I'm going to break away for a second. Sidebar. We hadn't had a sidebar
What you do?
In a long time. My wife and a couple of friends and I went to see James Taylor in concert. I love James Taylor. I was introduced I knew who James Taylor was back before high school, but I'm a product of the 80s, right? Mm-hmm. It was GNR. It was Bon Jovi. You know, when you are a teenager in high school in the 80s, James Taylor's just not on your radar, right?
Not for you. Hair metal was the
so
king.
Well, I was actually more. I could deal with the Van Halen, and GNR had some good songs, and yada yada yada. But during that 80s period, I was more Police. I was more, I enjoyed Flock of Seagulls. I was,
New Wave.
Yeah, was that what it was called?
You're a New Wave guy.
I preferred Rick Springfield and Men at Work, and
they're not New Wave, but I get what you're saying.
That kind of thing, a little softer side. You
were more into alternative.
Well, I was also growing up in the late '70s part of it when I was in middle school. Air Supply and
Journey
Journey and those anyway. So I wasn't really into James Taylor until I got to college, and I met some people, and again, this is the reason you go to college, people. It's besides book learning, it's people learning, right? I went up there and I met these folks, and we were hanging out, and they had James Taylor going on, and I was just like, who in the world is this? And this is in 86, 87?
When did you graduate?
85. That was a couple of years after college. But James Taylor had already been around for decades. I mean,
he's got to be 80.
77.
77.
So anyway, we're at the concert last night, and it just, it was really mellow. I was there, and I kid you not, after the third song, I was kind of in a meditation pose, sitting in the bleachers there, and I had my eyes closed. And I was just taking in all the music. I mean, I tuned out everything around me, and it was just so peaceful. I kid you not moments after I opened my eyes up, some idiot in the audience screamed out something political while James Taylor was singing. And I can tell you this, James Taylor is as far away from that guy's political beliefs than anybody.
What did he say?
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say.
We're not a political podcast.
We're not, and I'm not giving them a platform. Other than to say that was freaking rude. I was so angry that he would do that. And everybody in the amphitheater, we saw an outdoor venue, absolutely gorgeous. First time I'd ever been there.
Where'd you go?
First Bank Amphitheater.
Down by the river?
Down in Franklin.
Oh, in Franklin. Yeah. I haven't been there yet.
Oh, it's really cool. What they did is they converted an old rock quarry. So it's sunken down, and they turned it into an amphitheater down under the level of the earth, the surface.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So anyway, I forget where I was going with this, but
you were telling me that, somebody was in. I don't know if you bleeped this or not, but somebody was a dick.
Right. No, they were, but I don't. I just we're talking about being preppers.
Yeah,
and that's the very reason, right there.
Because of people like that.
Yeah, because of people like that. You don't know.
We're not going to get political.
No, we're not.
And we're going to go back to the.
Right.
We're going to go back to the movie, but I will say one thing that is not going to be towards either which way. My thoughts, not Andrew's thoughts. I think it's sad that we're in a place where our immediate go-to is just violence. And
finger pointing.
Yeah, finger pointing, violence.
I mean, let's just be
name
honest.
calling. I just remember a time, and I'm a bit younger than you, but not a crazy amount. But I just remember a time when you could sit and speak with people and disagree, and not react in such crazy ways.
I absolutely agree with you, and I want to add something to that, and then I'm walking away from it. When you say there was a point in time that we could disagree and we could just walk away from it, two things have changed in that aspect. individuals are so adamant about their positions on things that they're unwilling to have reasonable discourse and listen to what the other person is saying. They're so entrenched in their ideology today that there's no give, there's no budge, there's no I can see this, and the other thing is we're also, because of that, we're also so sensitive to where we to what we believe in. I mean, it just doesn't take anything. Like last night, that
that was you.
What did I do?
Your phone beeped.
Oh, that's
not me this time.
Oh, okay. That's the office phone there. Text came in. Anyway, we're just saying last night, 20 years ago, that wouldn't have happened. 15 years ago, that wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have been sitting at a James Taylor concert 20 years ago and somebody yell out something political while the artist was singing.
Nope.
That wouldn't have happened.
Everything you just said is dead on.
It's
everything is dead on that you said, and we weren't so fired up against each other. And just for record, I am as liberal as they come, but we are so pitted against each other in this hate-filled, you're wrong, these are my beliefs. Yeah, I get it, but like there's no, it's just crazy.
Well, here's I'm gonna loop us back into the thing here, not to necessarily the movie, but to our topic. For anybody out there listening, and you're aspiring to be in the film business, right? If you can't be flexible, if you can't listen to other people and process what they're saying and hear it in an open mind, don't get in the business.
No.
Because the film industry, the entertainment industry, the record business is pretty much the same way. If you can't handle critique, if you can't handle suggestions by other people, you don't belong in the industry, because this industry that's the cornerstone of this industry, because actors are taking directions from a director. The director is taking their cues of what they can and can't do from the people doing the production, and everybody is collectively taking their cues from the department heads. You know, here's an example, and it's a bad example, but it's a funny example. I think Matt Damon was brought this up. He was having a conversation with Tom Cruise, and it was a conversation about the running on the outside of the building, and I think it was MI6, like that. And and again, I'm pretty sure it was Matt Damon.
I've seen the clip.
Okay, asked Tom Cruise, how did he do that? How did he get away? He said, well, we went to the stunt stunt coordinator, and we said, this is what we want to do. And he said, no. And then I got a new stunt coordinator. Okay? That's a bad example of what, and I'm sure he was just joking. I'm but anyway, you have to be open to listening in this industry. And if you can't do that, forget it.
It's also a team sport.
It is a team sport.
You have a captain, and that is your director. He is the captain of the team, but everything else is a team sport.
Yeah. No, he is. He's the quarterback. The director is the quarterback on the set.
And if he's not, right, and the producer's the quarterback, but the director's there, it's going to be rough.
The producer's the team owner or the general manager.
But if they start stepping in and giving... Which we've both been on sets where the producer starts directing.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, but again, on a good set, the director will listen to the producer. The director will listen to the actors. The director will listen to the department heads. But the director ultimately is the one in the huddle, literally and figuratively saying, roll, action.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a team sport. And that's one thing I talk to my wife about all the time in my retirement years from the industry. I miss that team aspect. I miss being on the field. We just watched the Fall Guy with
That's a great
Ryan
movie.
Gosling and
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. And I told her, I totally missed that because that was a very accurate depiction. While essentially, while I can't say the word.
Essentially?
It's anyway. It's essentially that they obviously for entertainment purposes ramped it up because of what we're trying to accomplish. But if you pay attention, everybody's talking to everybody on the set. Ryan Gosling's character broke his back because of a stunt gone bad because there was too much slack in a line, right?
Yep.
And by the way, I'm victim of that myself, so I understand what that's like.
You broke your back?
No, I did separate vertebrae though.
Oh.
So when we were doing Honey Baby, there's a scene and where they're in the warehouse. They've just stolen. They've just stolen the shrinking gun, right? And they're backing out, and they blow through a closed warehouse door. And then and Marcia Strausman's character is her stunt person's actually driving it. Anyway, backing out, and I'm in the back with the shrinking gun. We crash through. They slam on the brakes. The back doors of the van open up, and I come out into camera, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, I've got my safety harness on, and there was too much slack on the very first take. And I went out of the van. It didn't catch my full force.
Oh.
And so I kind of went out. Went out of the van and pop.
I used to do my stunts, and then on the last movie or TV show I did on I don't think I can say it. Yeah, but anyway, on the last thing I did, I was like, they gave me this stunt man, and he was like, yeah, blah blah blah. Do you want to do it? And I go, no. I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that.
All right, Ted, let's get back to
ARCADIAN.
ARCADIAN, 1 hour, 32 minutes. You want to tell our listeners and viewers out there what this is about?
Yeah, it's an apocalyptic movie where in the future they kind of allude to pollution and different things. If they don't really give a clear answer, but basically these sort of
aliens.
I don't think they're aliens. I guess they are. Are they?
I thought so. I went that way.
They're not clear with it. Anyway, these, we'll say aliens, they look kind of like a cross between a crocodile and an ape, right?
Yeah.
And they come to Earth, or they're in the Earth. I thought they came from in the Earth. But anyway, they come out, and then they start killing and eating people, and everybody goes, and then it's 15 years later, and this dad and his 2 twin sons are on a farm. And he's basically taught them to survive and all this stuff. And at night, every night, they have to board up the house because these things come to try to get them. And there's another farm, of like probably a mile or 2 away. Yeah. And there's a group of survivors there. And similar thing they're doing there. And one of the twin sons is having a relationship with one of the girls at the farm. And he constantly leaves. And one night, they go out. The dad sends him to scavenge. The one brother doesn't want to go. He wants to go see his girlfriend. He goes to see her. The other brother goes down to scavenge. Truck breaks down, barely gets back in time. The brother is running back to get there, falls into a hole full of these things. The dad has to go get him. That's pretty much, I don't want to really give anything else besides that away.
Yeah, this movie reminded me a lot of the... Came out at the same time, by the way. Elevation with Anthony Mackie. We reviewed it.
Oh, yeah.
That's when they had the aliens. They couldn't go above 10,000 feet or something like that, or they would die. Well, these creatures could only come out at night because they were photosensitive, and it would kill them. So, anyway, I'm going to go over the cast here real quick. Nicolas Cage plays the dad. Jaeden Martell and Maxwell Jenkins, they play the twin sons. They're not really twins. They're
Fraternal
twins, and Sadie Silverall. She plays the love interest girl.
And that's pretty much
that's the main characters in this movie. Now, it is billed as a horror action movie, and again, it's on Hulu. 1 hour 32 minutes in length. It moved quick. Now, as you know, Ted, and the listeners by now, that this isn't my jam when it comes to movies, right? But I'm gonna say that this movie is, for people like me, is tolerable in the sense of the amount of horror. It's not as much blood and guts as it is suspense, a thriller kind of thing.
Yeah, this is your type of horror.
This is.
I thought that when I watched it.
Yeah, this is PG horror.
For me, I was like, this is cool. I like it, but I like a lot more. I'm a Freddy guy. I like the violence.
Yeah.
I don't like the ultra violent. I don't like torture porn. I don't like Hostel. Well, the first Hostel's pretty good, but the rest of them I'm like, eh. Like that stuff grosses me out.
Yeah.
But this is very much.
I just fast forward to the good scenes.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I would say? I'm a big Nicolas Cage fan. I think he's great.
Right.
He's really understated in this movie. He's really grounded from his normal doing, he's a very good actor and he does weird stuff, but it always works. In this, it's like the most straight-laced I've seen him in a long time.
I was just about to say, what Ted is saying is he plays a normal person.
He plays a completely normal person.
And he did it really well. I mean, I like Nick Cage too, and Leaving Las Vegas is one of my favorite Nick Cage movies. And I mean, I know he's been in a crap load of stuff. Moonstruck, again, another one.
Valley Girl.
Yeah.
Peggy Sue Got Married.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
he's got bangers.
Yeah, he really does. Now, when he got into National Treasure, that was good.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I know you do. Things like Ghost Rider, Con Air. That was another one that was just amazing with Mr. Cage there. The Rock with Sean Connery, where he plays normal people with maybe a little twitch. He does so well, but boy, he can really go off the edge sometimes.
Did you see? Did we talk about that? I don't think we did. He did this movie Pig. So he had a resurgence in this movie Mandy. Mandy is the craziest fever dream of a movie I've ever seen. But that's what gave him this big resurgence.
Okay.
You would hate it. It would be you would be like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's a revenge movie.
Oh, okay.
But it follows no logic, but it looks great.
I do. I like Raising Arizona. I'm just looking at his credit list here.
8 millimeter?
8 millimeter. Oh my God. It's just
adaptation.
Vengeance.
There it is. Mandy.
Oh, okay, Mandy. Yeah.
But he did this movie after Mandy called Pig, where he was he was a truffle farmer, and somebody stole his pig, and it was so good. He was so good in it, but it was a weird movie. But anyway,
I'm just looking at this in 2023 because he's just got a page full of stuff here. But in 2023, he had 4 movie releases in 2023. I mean, this guy just cranks them out. It's ridiculous.
He does work a lot.
I mean, wow. I mean, it's just that's a lot to think that and again, they could have been made at some other time and just dropped all at the same time. All right, Ted, I thought the acting in it was good. I liked it.
I thought all of them were good.
I think Nick Cage's performance in it was classic, straight up, good acting, Nick Cage. I was very shocked because when I go into a Nick Cage movie these days, especially, after the last thing we watched him in, or I watched him in, and that is the unbearable, massive talent of Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Well, he's really, it was a good, don't get me wrong, but it's a little out there.
That Paddington 2 scene's pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's like, what's your favorite movie? And he's like, say it. And he's like, Paddington 2. He's like, no.
Yeah.
And then he watches it and he's like, it's just a beautiful film.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty great in that.
He and Pedro Pascal had great on-camera chemistry together. So anyway, and the young guys in this thing, they did a great job. I'm not familiar with their work, or I wasn't familiar with their work.
Oh, you're familiar with the one.
Which one? Jaeden Martell?
Yeah, come on. He's in St. Vincent. He's he's in the first It. He's the kid.
Yeah, you lost me there. So
you didn't see It?
He was in. Yeah, well, we went to see my youngest child, and they were a freshman in high school. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what they were. A group of kids wanted to go see It, and I guess it was It 2 when that came.
Adult It.
When that came out, and so I was like, okay, but she's never experienced a horror movie before, so I said, you know what, I'm going to go. I'll go with you. I'll sit in the back, and you guys are sit away from you, and all that. We were 15, 20 minutes max into this movie, and she's looking around, and I know she's looking for me.
Yeah.
And so we connect, and she's indicating she's got to go. So I was like, thank God. She saved me. She didn't know that, but she really saved me.
It too would be a bit intense to go into for your first horror.
That was
It Part 1 is a little more
okay.
kids.
Well, it was. Anyway, I think everybody did a wonderful job acting in it. The direction on this was wonderful. It's directed by Ben Brewer. He no stranger. I'm not familiar with a lot of his work. He did besides this movie, The Trust, Reptile, Beneath Contempt, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and a comedy special or two comedy specials with Lewis Black, for which he won a Grammy. So,
Lewis Black.
He's got talent.
I think this was a really well-made movie. There's nothing crazy special about the script or anything.
No,
but it's good.
It was a good script.
Like, you don't always need it to be special. Like, this is a good movie. This dude knows how to make a movie. He does it very well. Especially like the shots when they're jumping over the crevasse where he falls down. But like, I like the foreshadowing of the first time he jumped over the little rocks fell down, and the next time he jumped over, he slipped and fell in. And I was like, that's good. He's a really good filmmaker. It was done wonderfully. So. But again, this is one of those movies that you're going to have that kind of taste to get into it. But again, I'm going to say, I said earlier PG, but I'm going to say PG-13 as in the way of horror, right? I found this to be scarier than Elevation, the film that starred Anthony Mackie, for no other reason I can deduct than of the way it was shot. They really made these creatures scary just by the way it was shot. Yeah, I would specifically point out to the scene in which the creature opens the latch and reaches that huge, gross, long fingernail thing in there. I was like, it's very effective. I also I'm not going to tell people what happens, but did not see that coming.
Yeah, and I forget what the reported budget on this was, and it wasn't a lot, but again,
3 to 5.
No, it was more than that.
Maybe 10.
They made use of their money, but it kind of makes me sad to think that. I mean, you got a movie here with Nick Cage on it, and it can only sustain 14 days at the theater, and a low theater count at that too. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it started at 3,000 the first weekend, and by the end of the weekend, after 4 days, it was down to 1,100 theaters. So, I mean, that's a substantial drop. Anyway, that's probably a good segue, Andrew. Let's get some numbers on this, Ted. I mean, I can't put these kind of movies as a general movie because they're not a general movie. They're a specialty movie.
Yeah, I mean, as an apocalyptic movie, I'm going to say like a 82.
Okay.
I'm going to think of some. I know some ones that are better. This is like not as good as A Quiet Place 1, but very in that world.
Okay. For me, I'm giving this a 7.9.
Okay, we're right there.
I am. I mean, because it's not my bag, but I think I can separate my personal feelings of these type of movies from, a quality movie of this genre. And this was a quality movie of that genre.
For sure.
And so I'm gonna say that. And so we're gonna, as we always do, because I'm very harsh on them. I'm just looking here, and I had established my 7.9 before I looked at these numbers, and Rotten Tomatoes on this. The critics gave it a 7. Well, it's essentially a 7.8. But the viewers gave it a 5.6.
Because there's not enough action.
So they're more hardcore. They fall into your category of viewers, because to tune into this, I wouldn't normally tune into this if it wasn't for this show.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen A Quiet Place?
No, and have no intention
I would say,
to.
I know, but I would say A Quiet Place, the first one, is like the pretty gold standard in the type of alien people, things coming from the deep, coming in. Like, it's thought of as a very good movie.
Okay.
I would just say, like, if I would give The Quiet Place like a 91. That's why this is getting an 82. This is good, not as much action.
Yeah. All right. I understand it. I got you. Again, I can separate myself, my personal preferences in movies from what is actually put out and in other genres. And again, this is not my forte. But I can recognize the fact that this was a quality movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a quality score. Anyway, there you go. That's it. That's what I got.
I'm a watch.
You know what? If you're into this stuff, watch it. If you're not, don't. I'll be honest with you. I'm not. Again, I wouldn't have watched this had it not been on our list of things to do. The backstory on this was kind of intriguing to me when I looked at it, seeing that. All right, well, you got a movie here with Nick freaking Cage in it. And it only did 14 days at the box office. It had an incredible drop of screens after the first 4 days. And it had a pretty good budget. Maybe I can look real quick here. What's wrong with this? What's wrong?
I mean, anymore, dude, to be honest with you, look at, and I'm not being biased here. We don't have to talk about the movie, but like, look at Bob Trevino. Won that festival, won like maybe 50 festivals.
Right.
We went in theaters for 2 weeks. And I think, the screening I went to here that was very advertised, that I did the little Q&A thing after.
All right.
3/4 full in the town where I was in it, and a bunch of crew people live here.
Yeah.
It's just, if you're not doing a banger Marvel or The Conjuring or something like that, people are not going to the movie theater.
We were talking about this last week. I'm pretty sure it was last week. And, because I made the reference about my AMC stock sucking this summer because nobody seems to be going to the movies of downed revenue and all that. I'm just wondering if the theater people are trying to adapt the streaming service model of just quick drops. Let's just, it's just like, I get it. It's like buying stock, right? You you get a picture, you put it in there, and you realize that after the first 4 days of this thing, you're going to get your biggest bang for your dollar, your biggest per seat gross, right? And just get in, fill the seats, get the money, let it go, get another one in there, fill the seats. That way you're not sitting there with a movie in the theater that doesn't have the legs or the ability to draw to fill seats for more than a week.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of like when we were growing up, even in the 90s when we had better televisions than we had in the 80s, like just look at the wall. Look at your wall right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that is a probably 4K TV. Like, I mean,
That's a 50-inch 4K.
This is classy, guy.
Yeah, that's right.
But like, I mean,
Little Ron Burgundy there. That makes you Veronica.
It does. You know, Veronica. But I mean, that like wasn't a thing.
I have leather-bound books. Lots of them.
Rich mahogany. But that wasn't a thing. So you know, I guess it's just like people sit at home and they go, well, man, I'll just wait a month and I'll watch it then on my TV, on my couch with my snacks, and it won't cost $50.
Well, the society has attention deficit disorder. I mean, I don't think there's any question. There's this constant need for the new fix, the new high, whatever it may be, that we just don't enjoy things. You know, try to watch every movie that we review twice. I get the initial reaction and then I go back and what was that thing that Jimmy Fallon used to do? Slow walk it.
Slow walk it.
Yeah. And try to get into it. And I do that for a reason. But I think movie theaters are probably doing that. They're like buying stock.
Yeah.
You know, it's a commodity coming in. We're going to get it's the principle up 10%, sell. When it drops 5%,
Get it out.
Buy something else.
I'm going to see The Long Walk this week.
So,
you know what that's new Stephen, or not, it's an old book, but it's a
Right.
Stephen King one.
Right.
It looks great. All the buzz I've heard is it's great.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on like Wednesday or Thursday night. I'll let you know how many people are there because I bet it's not even a quarter full.
Yeah.
Weapons I saw with 3 other people.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I shouldn't have bought the stock. Anyway, all right, guys. Hey, everybody. Thanks again for being listeners and watchers of the show on our YouTube channels. Do us a favor, though. Tell your friends, tell your family, wake the neighbors, get the kids, and subscribe or like or follow any of our channels wherever you listen or watch the show. All right, it really helps. I know you hear that from everybody that has turned to this medium known as streaming, but it really does. If you're not involved, you don't understand it, you need to understand it.
Give us a follow.
Yeah, because those are the ones that count. If you every week you're tuning into the show, but you're not a liker or a subscriber or a follower of the show, you're not counted. You're not counted toward what makes it all possible for us, right? I can sit here and say that we have 10,000 people listening to us every week, but we've only got 100 people following us, and that is what the streaming platform looks at because, and I understand why, because when they go to the advertisers to sell our show, to put spots on our show, they can only guarantee them a reach of 100 people every month.
Yep.
Or every episode. Even though the metrics are saying our audience is 10,000 in viewership or listeners.
Yeah, so go. I'm looking at you people. Go. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Ted. Till next week. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ted.